We are in the no line buried in between the teen fiction and the children's section. And this is because we need to talk about some things really, really quickly, external versus internal. And Dale Carnegie used to speak of the external customer and the internal customer. I'm speaking of your external and internal validation of self. Okay, you need to internally validate who you are. No one else has to do that for you. Externally, you need to protect yourself from those who would invade your space. Okay, so remember COVID, we had a 6 foot bubble around us. We need to remember that everyone has a personal bubble and it should not be invaded and or infringed upon by any way, especially to externally validate oneself. By that I mean, if you have to project your anger, your stink, and your disrespect so much so they can be picked up as a negative energy within a room, it's you and no one else. You need to look at yourself. That's to internalize your thoughts and think about why it is you feel the need to do said things, whatever it is in the world. The only thing that you can control is your behavior. And that's what I mean by calling an audible in the moment. When someone is bothering you with their external projections, seeking your internal validation, right? For you to come out of your body and engage with them in their negative behavior, you have to call an audible and decide when to do so and when not to do so. I base that on the behavior of the human being. This particular person comes around me all the time and says, "May I sit next to you?" When they want my attention. You see, when they want my positive energy, they want my negative energy. They come and they sit next to me. They move their feet back and forth, knowing that they need nutrition. And you can smell that they may or may not have bathed, but they keep putting odorant on it. And let's talk about it for my young friends in the moment. I'm a mother of three young men, and my mother-in-law told me that my husband, my ex-husband, um, chose not to bathe for a while, and she allowed it. She allowed it because she knew that one day he would meet a girl, and a girl would tell him in a not so nice way that he did not smell good. And sure as shooting, I tried the same technique with my children. It works, but it's not. No one wants to be shamed. No one wants to be treated the way that I had to treat a grown man. Okay? But a grown man should be treated that way. Someone who is in the teen fiction section down to the child fiction section should not. They should be encouraged to take care of their personal hygiene, given the appropriate tools, and assisted with any knowledge that they do not have. Preferably, dad helps boys, mom helps girls, because at this age range, they are aware of their own physical makeup. Okay? That other stuff is for mom and dad to get into, but it comes along with a good and bad touch. Trust mom, trust dad, trust the doctor. That's it. Okay? Always go back to mom and dad. Anytime you're not sure who you're supposed to be trusting, go to mom and dad. And I say them in order of operation. Go to mom and dad. Mom put her life on the line for you to be here between the ages of fiction teen and fiction child. And by that I mean, mom did not have to birth, but if she's gotten you to somewhere around 12 to 6, mom has stood in front of a lot of things for you that you do not know about. Okay? And you're not old enough to concern yourself. That's why mom and dad exist. Okay? The rest of it, mom and dad trust teachers like myself and others to do the right thing. And if you're in Arizona, that's why mom and dad are taking you out of school. And why a lot of your teachers are leaving. Because it is not the teachers, nor is it your parents. It is what's happening in the educational system. And I'm here to fix it. not solely. Just I have the ability to say what your mom and dad and teachers and others can't say because they've got to one day go back and do those things for you again with new metrics and tools. So when you listen at home and you improve your hygiene, your behavior, and whatever else, and we're not blaming you, we're saying that this is childhood behavior and why you have parents because we went through it too. Even I did. I remember taking the bus ride to Stone Mountain. And I had my shoes on for too long and cramped space and sweat. And that's all it took. No one explained that to me then. So I would learn how to take my shoes off if I was going to be sitting for extended periods, especially in crowded spaces, or to bring two pairs of shoes with me. These are all things that we have to learn how to do. I'm someone who's autistic, so I carry my book bag and my basic essentials everywhere I go. That's why it wasn't difficult for me to take a job where I might end up outside assisting the people that I was assisting when I lived indoors. I took a pay cut to do so. My children were big then. Your mom and dad can't take a pay cut because then you all will be outside and you would be in the situation I'm trying to fix. So I need you to listen to them so that they can assist me in fixing things, right? When they're not worried about your behavior, where you are the people that you keep company with, they can then focus on fixing the things that mean that you couldn't go to school or that you couldn't spend time at the park or the playground or go to the children's museum. It stinks in the beginning. But in the long run, if you were to ask my son, we had a lot more time to go and do the things that we enjoyed doing. And we didn't have to worry about the consequences of money or time. And we served our country at the same time. So that's what I'm asking you to do. Just not in uniform and not work. Just to be a responsible child who listens. You can question your parents. Be respectful when you ask questions. When they tell you that they've had enough, remember that mom and dad are learning some new things too. And it takes work for all of us. Speaking of, I have to remember that my battery is going to die soon. You know what that means. Do you know that that also means that you can run out of energy? Also, one last thing. I saw this a long time ago. Cellular phones, almost everything that we have in existence, including our clothing, is tested. So you too will be tested to make sure that you can stand up to anything. Notice how your clothes go through everything that you do and they get washed and you can still put them on again. They don't fall apart right away. That's because they've been tested. You're young. You'll be tested throughout your life. Understand, you want to be wash and wear ready always. I'll let your parents help you with that. In the meantime, keep your spirit up. I'll see you in the juvenile stream, so to speak.